Hello guys, welcome back to Ekureku TV.
Italiana non si regala! Se vuoi essere cittadino italiano, te lo devi volere, te lo devi sudare, te lo devi meritare e quando la cittadinanza ti viene data, si deve celebrare. Da noi funziona così. La cittadinanza non è un diritto, è un premio per chi rispetta le norme.
Wow. I know that a lot of people do not understand this Italian language, okay? But the news we have on board now says that the Italian government is looking for new recruits into their military. Okay, that's the update that we have at hand right now. They are looking for new recruits. So, and it says that even those who doesn't have document are also eligible. Okay, so you can join the Italian army now as an immigrant. I say, wow. So it is only the army that you guys deem fit to put us where you guys know that somehow anything can happen at any given time. So in case Russia fires negatively, they will deploy us and say, oh, go there and fight them. Okay. Anyways, you guys should let me know what you think about it, whether it's a good news. And the good thing about it is that you are going to get citizenship once you join their military. Once you join this military, whether you have gotten document or you have not gotten, they will give you Italian citizenship automatically. Wow. I said, okay. Now, few men for the homeland, the foreign legion arrives. That's the title of this news. Let's look at it very quickly. Wanted aspiring citizens. Okay, now you won't look for citizens in the banking sector. You won't look for citizens in the office sector. You will only look for citizens in the military sector. Not even in the police, which is within the local community. You are looking for police in the military. You are looking for a recruit in the military. Okay. Russia. Now, by Alexandria. Okay. Now, they say that in the offices of the Defense General Staff, work is underway on a project that will allow a certain number of young foreign citizens to be recruited into the armed forces, perhaps already resident in Italy for a few years. So you must have been in Italy for some years to understand the language and some other things. Okay, all right, before you can be recruited with full command of our language and interested in acquiring citizenship as a sort of reward at the end of a service that would mostly be fixed. When it comes to integration, at the moment, it is only a hypothesis. There is nothing defined yet, and not even a green light from Minister Guido Crosetto, who, however, wants young and readily mobilized armed forces in an increasingly disturbing international scenario. You see? And to me, I feel that it is this Russian-Ukraine war that has taught a lot of countries lessons. So a lot of European countries are now beginning to learn, because Ukrainian citizens and population is not enough to fight Russia, because Russia has many people, has a lot of population. So probably, you know that Italians does not really, allow foreigners to enter into their system or enter inside their, most of their, will I say enterprise, be their businesses, be their official duties. Let me put it like that. But now, because of what has happened in Ukraine, they are now beginning to learn. They have learned their lessons, that they need help from everywhere. This is the reason why America is the world power today, because they have all citizens inside. Now, these citizens does not even know their country. They don't even send their countries again. Their own interest now is American. Unlike in Italy, where reintegration of foreigners is very, very difficult, especially Africans of black color. Okay, it's very, very difficult. So they are now, trying to see how they can fix these gaps in case in the nearest future anything of such like what's happening in Ukraine breaks out. So they will see the people to deploy to defend Italian soil. Now, the ideal response to same logic as the trained reserve proposed by Crosetto, which also continually raises the problem of the inadequacy of defense equipment and means, and aims at regulatory interventions to be able to enlist specific professionals such as IT experts and hackers, indispensable in modern warfare. Okay, modern warfare. It's not a question of numbers. With Law 119/2022 approved after the Russian attack on Ukraine, the process of reducing staff envisaged by the Paolo Law 244/2012 was blocked. The general state would like more, but the 160,000 current personnel between the Army, Air Force, Navy are guaranteed. However, they want younger soldiers rather than permanent service after the age of 40. To put it a little bluntly, they don't know what to do with 20,000 non-commissioned officers, often elderly, in the Army alone. 20,000 non-commissioned officers, often elderly, in the Army alone. So we have 20,000 old people in the Italian Army. What can they do? These people they are doing themselves. Naturally, the evocation of the Foreign Legion causes discussion, even if at the moment nothing indicates that we will have units made up only or mainly of citizens with another passport. After all, they have it in France, and it is the most famous in the world. They also have it in Spain. In the United States of America, facing its worst recruiting crisis in 25 years, the government has redoubled efforts to recruit from immigrant communities. The point is precisely that recruiting for the armed forces is becoming more and more difficult. Fewer and fewer young people want to risk their lives for their country. That is the reason why they are now turning to the immigration sector. In case you are watching us from TikTok and this video ends by 10 minutes, please do us a favor and continue on our YouTube channel, Ekureku TV, as you can see scrolling down here. Now, Germany, where the debate on rearmament has proceeded with accelerations and deaccelerations, at least since the beginning of the war in Ukraine. But in 2023, 7% of the enlistments were missing. The Social Democratic Defense Minister Boris Piotrus spoke a few months ago about the possible appeal to foreigners, excluding the reinstatement of compulsory military service. It is the same position as Crosetto. While in the Scandinavian countries, compulsory conscription has never been abolished or has been reinstated, which like Sweden, or extended to women in Denmark. Also, as a consequence of the real or presumed Russian threat. So it's because of this Russian threat that they are doing this. Don't forget to give us a like here on this video. Thank you. We also have recruitment problems. The latest Army Report 2023 gives an account of a renewed appeal towards a military career, with almost 69,000 applications submitted against approximately 10,000 positions available. Periodic surveys ensure that 1 in 3 young people, or even 2 in 5, look with attention at the armed forces. But then the enlistment are always a little on this side of the available places. According to the Army report, in the first block last year, 2,138 volunteers joined out of 2,200 expected. 6,500 per year. In other cases, things went worse. Many don't show up. Okay, after trying to join, they won't show up when it's time for action. Others are rejected for the test. Still others prefer to immediately aim for the police force, which offers starting salaries slightly higher than the 1,100 euros of a VFI initial volunteer in less difficult life, a few less risks, and above all, greater guarantees of stability. So people prefer to join the police than the army because nobody, they don't want to defend their country. Now, for a year, there have been new recruitment system, but only a part of the volunteers on annual or 3 years time are stabilized. Others are destined for the police force, and still others will only have some help for integration. It's a detail, but it helps to understand. At the Kochenoga Recruitment Center, the Roman military citadel near Euro, they want to offer beds to aspiring volunteers who sometimes don't show up for the competition, also to avoid paying for one or more nights in hotels and B&Bs. Okay? Obviously, the demographic decline weighs heavily. Few children, few young people to serve their country. In fact, we too have been talking about enlisting foreigners since before the military service was abolished in 2005. A proposal emerged from the Senate archives at the end of 2001, shortly after the September 11 attacks, with the first signatory being the former DC mayor of Lecce, Salvatore Melelio, who moved to the CCD and then to the UDC. The Foreign Legion should not cause scandal. It is a problem that will eventually arrive sooner or later, said Antonio Martino, defense minister at the Berlusconi II and III government, who passed away in 2022. In 2006, perhaps we have arrived there. There is the right in government, but it could be a coincidence. Wow. So, as a young person here, you might be, I don't know how they are going to be reaching out to the general public now. Maybe that's the next step. But let me know if you are going to be willing to join. But if they ask somebody back in Africa to say, oh, come and join here, join us here as a military personnel. Now run, go wrong. Huh? All right, so that is that. Let me know your opinion on this one now with the dog carry enter 18. I don't know how it's going to work out, but damn. Let's see. Here we go again. Thank you and share this video. God bless you. Drop your comment, which is your opinion. Bye-bye.